and welcome to today's episode of Law and Ordinary People. Remember, this is general legal advice and we don't really expect you to rely on it, but it's pretty good advice anyway. If you do have a specific legal question, you should talk to your solicitor because he knows your personal circumstances better. Today's question comes from Aoife, who says, I never got a contract of employment from my boss. I've been working here for almost a year now. My wages are never the same either. Can I force him to give me a contract so I can see what I should be getting? Aoife, that's a really good question. Like, nobody has contracts anymore. Well, at least very few people. Certainly people who are not in big corporate jobs tend not to have contracts of employment. Small and medium employers are useless for doing it. They almost never do it. So it's important that people learn their rights. You're entitled, after 2 years of employment, to a statement of terms under the Terms of Employment Information Acts, which would include the full name and address of your employer and your details, the address of the employer, the place of work, the title of the job or the nature of the work that you do, the date your employment started, and if your contract is temporary, the expected duration of the contract. If the contract is a fixed term contract for like a certain amount of time, the details of that, details of rest periods and breaks, the rate of pay and the method of calculation of that pay, the pay reference period, pay intervals, the hours of work, that the employee has the right to ask the employer for a written statement of how your average hourly wages are calculated, details of paid leave, details about sick pay and pension, period of notice that is to be given if you get a new job or if you have to leave for some reason, and details of any collective agreements that may affect the employee's terms of employment. That's all that they really need to give you. It's not called a contract of employment. Nowhere does it say they have to give you a contract of employment, but if you've got that much, it'll be pretty good. You'll be pretty covered for most things that you need. I mean, there may be other things that would be in a contract of employment that wouldn't be in this necessarily, but I mean, if you get this, you'll be pretty happy. It's technically an offence for an employer not to give it to you, yet I wouldn't imagine anyone's ever going to take this case. Interestingly, you also said you've been there for almost a year and you're not really sure what you're actually getting paid. If you've been underpaid and you're in a job for over or under a year, you're still entitled to take a case to, well, it depends whether you're over or under a year, but you're entitled to take a case to get the back pay of the money that you haven't been paid yet. So firstly, get that contract, or at least the agreement, from the statement of terms from your boss. Work out if you've been paid correctly over the past almost a year, and then if you haven't been, you're going to have to say it to him, and if he doesn't sort it out, you're going to have to tell him that you're going to pursue it further. So I hope that was beneficial to you. If anyone else has any questions, feel free to send them through to me at breethaffernan@effecttv.com or get us on Facebook or Twitter.